Hey folks, it's Matt once again. Probably doing this on the same day I'm reviewing The Running Man, which I'll probably put that after this because I enjoy that film a lot and might as well end this on a high note, whichever day you're watching this, you can watch both of them back to back. Basically, this is just movies I've seen lately. A lot of those videos before I had done a while, but I had saved them. Sometimes I do a bunch of videos at the same time, and then save them like on the same day or 2 days I'm off, and then save them, and that way I can just relax. But real quickly, I guess I could do. I know it's weird. One of the last videos I did was the last DVD update for a real long time, but I picked up 3 movies for $5. I mean, come on, 3 movies for $5 is not that bad. So at the place I work at, they were selling them 3 for $5. So come on, 3 for $5. Why not? So I got The Cave. Even though I'm not a big fan of this movie, I would give it another shot. Uh, Maybe one of those movies that I still don't like, but you know, still want to build my collection up with movies. This I had to get. Inner Space. I haven't seen this in a long time. I remember liking Inner Space, but I'm like, I gotta get the DVD of that. Really do. So I'm glad I got Inner Space. And Grizzly Man. I guess you would call this a documentary? Is that what you guys would call this, a documentary? This is just a really... If it is a documentary, it's one of the most fascinating ones I've ever seen. Directed by Werner Herzog. About this guy who was communing with the bears, and then one day him and his girlfriend got eaten by them. And basically it's the footage. You never see the footage of them getting eaten, but it's the footage of leading up to it. And it shows that you kind of feel sorry for this guy, but at the same time you're like, dude, you're fucking stupid! Fucking moron. It's really fascinating. One of the most haunting things I've ever seen in my life, and I would give it away, fuck it, is, I forgot, was it his mom or his someone? They had audio tape of when he died. Audio tape. You just hear the director, Werner Herzog, listening to it. And thankfully we don't hear it. You just see him listen to it like this. And he takes it off. And I think he says something to the effect of, you must promise me one thing. You must just destroy this. Never listen to this. No matter what. Never, never listen to this. That was just more powerful than actually seeing here. And I didn't need to see it here. Just the reaction was enough. That's literally one of the most haunting things I've ever seen in my life. If you see this, you'll know what I mean. But Grizzly Man, just a really fascinating film. So, it was 3 for $5. You can't beat 3 movies for $5. Come on. Anyway, getting the stuff I've seen lately. I gotta say, for the films of 2012, it's been pretty shitty year so far of stuff I've seen. Been a year of disappointment. Even though one of these films I actually liked. Did not mind. I'll get to. Of course, it'll be Haywire, which I talked about before, but I wanted to talk about by myself, too. Underworld Awakening, and Man on a Ledge. But so far, I mean, you had The Devil Inside, my ass, which it should be stuck in, not even my ass, I probably get a disease, someone else's ass. That sucked. Big time. Cabin in the Woods. Yes, I hate Cabin in the Woods. Fuck off. Just like, you know, Michael Keane. He didn't hate the film. Which were a little side note. Michael Keane, he didn't hate the film. He actually liked it alright. He didn't hate it. He wasn't like, this is a full piece of shit. That was me. He liked it alright. He still got crap for it. I didn't know that until he told me. He was getting crap for it. I'm like, why? You didn't hate the film. So it didn't make sense. Like, you didn't hate the film. People are still giving you crap about it? It's weird. Especially the Hunger Games, which I haven't seen the Hunger Games, but fuck the Hunger Games. The movie I talk about next time, The Running Man, they can beat the shit out of the Hunger Games. Hunger Pains, Hunger... You want to be hungry? Eat some dick. That's for all the haters. And again, for all the Cabin in the Woods lovers, if you love it, I don't give a fuck, honestly, if you love or hate the movie. You can love the film, you put it in bed, put it under your pillow, you put it in a condom, you fuck it in your ass, in your dick. I don't give a fuck. Go out to the fucking park and pork it, okay? I don't love and hate whatever the fuck movie I want. You love it? Be my guest. I don't honestly give a fuck if you love or hate the movie. I don't. But anytime you hate on me on that, I'm going to hate more. And then the more and more I hate I get, the more and more I'm going to hate it. And then I'm going to call it the biggest piece of shit of all time. How about that? Ha, fuck you. There you go. So, Cabin in the Woods, you can go take a shit in the woods. Overrated fucking dildo brain motherfucking movie. Even more so for the people, if you don't like it, or if you don't like it, cool. If you love it, be my guest. I honestly don't give a fuck if you love or hate it. My only problem is, oh, you just don't get it. You hate the movie, then you're a loser. First off, loser is not spelled L-O-O-S-E-R, dumb fuck. I spent 5 minutes wondering what the fuck a looser was. I'm a looser. What's a looser? My ass is loose? No, it's not loose. What's a looser? You mean looter? No. What's a looser? Every which way but loose? What the fuck is a looser? Yeah, it took me 5 minutes to figure out it was loser. At least learn how to fucking spell. Granted, I spell badly at times too. But I don't try to insult people without provocation either. So, fuck Cabin in the Woods. Can go eat a fucking stunt's asshole. It's probably like what Michael Keaton's doing for Hunger Games, or like my friend Michael Speedius for, he doesn't like Inception, that's his right. Michael Keaton doesn't like Hunger Games, that's his right. I hate Cabin in the Woods. Fuck it. I'd rather take a shit in the woods and watch that movie again. And Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, I was kind on the movie when I saw it. I can't even say kind. When I did that review of Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, I said at best it was okay, but I was disappointed. Honestly, fuck Ghost Rider 2. Yes, I said, fuck Ghost Rider 2. Spirit of mediocrity. I mean, I didn't really love the film. I thought it was okay at best. But, you know, someone asked me, would you pay $1 for it? And I said no. I'm like, well, wait a minute. I won't even pay $1 for it. Fuck Ghost Rider 2. It's fucking disappointing shit. Fuck that movie. Fucking Nick Cage on, it's inside the door. It's scratching at the door. It's scratching at the door. What the fuck are you doing, Nick Cage? You're an Academy Award winner. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I like the last 5-10 minutes. I don't even mind the plot. It's just, it's fucking boring. You watch Crank and Crank 2. You would not know it's the same motherfucker who's directed an adrenaline-pumped film like Crank 1 and 2 who would direct a piece of shit like this. Fuck being kind on it. I said it was okay at best, but it was very disappointing. Don't believe me, check out that review. I said it was okay at best. Fuck that movie, Ghost Rider 2. Can eat my dick. Doesn't deserve to be okay at best. It's fucking Nellie Taylor, guys who made Crank 1 and 2. Should have been badass. Fucktastic. It was, at best, mediocre. Fuck that shit. Fuck mediocre. Fucking bullshit. And I liked the trailer and the fucking movie was lame. So fuck that movie. Ghost Rider 2. Fuck that. Nick Cage. Calm the fuck down with your acting. Anyway. So, Devil Inside in my ass. Cabin in the Woods, rather take shit in the woods. Ghost Rider 2. Fuck that movie too. So that's 3 movies. Fuck them, fuck them, fuck them. Haywire. Fuck that movie. I'll say that. Haywire. Okay, you've seen the movie before. Girl works for the government. She's been betrayed. She wants the answers. She takes revenge. Only problem is, it's directed by Steven Soderbergh. Now, Steven Soderbergh I did not mind the ocean films, the ones I've seen. I saw Ocean's 11. I don't remember Ocean's 12, and I don't even think I saw Ocean's 13. But I remember not minding Ocean's 11. Out of Sight, that one I remember being okay at best. And yes, I know, Ghost Rider 2 should not be just okay at best. And that's best. That's like being lenient. Fuck Ghost Rider 2. Should have been better with Neville Dean and Taylor. Fuck that. You guys dropped the ball. That's your first shitty movie, in my opinion. Because Gamer's a fuckload better than Ghost Rider 2. Just, it is. Fuck that movie. Out of Sight, though, was like okay at best. Traffic, I don't give a fuck about Traffic. I'm sure Benicio del Toro gave a good performance, but I just don't give a fuck about Traffic. Contagion bored me to tears. Is a slow movie. It is not interesting. It is boring. Outbreak can kick the living fuck out of Contagion, in my opinion. It does. It does what Contagion is supposed to do. At the same time, it's also entertaining and not boring. And why does he have this cast for Haywire? There's no point. He has Antonio Banderas, Michael Douglas, Ewan McGregor, Michael Fassbender, Bill Paxton. And nothing rolls. Nothing. The only good thing is Gina Carano, even though I guess they messed with her voice a little bit to sound darker. It's like, you don't need to... What, you're trying to sound more like Christian Bale from Batman? But no, it's not that bad, thankfully. But Gina Carano, she's good. Well, she does what she can. Her fight scenes are good. Camera's in one spot. Well choreographed. You can see that Gina Carano knows her shit. She's an MMA fighter. She was on American Gladiators as Crush. Yeah, MMA fighter. She knows her shit. She does. I can see her working in a film. I really can. I would like to see her in more movies. She had a big part in Blood and Bone, which I remember. I could see her in more movies. I really could. But this does not fucking work. It is boring. It is lame. Sorry for the cut there. Had to do some stuff. But, what was I saying? Oh, Haywire. Another thing about Haywire that just pisses me off about this film, why does it have the cast like this? It makes no sense. You got, let's see, okay, Bill Paxton. He's in the film for maybe 5 minutes or less. And he does nothing. Like, he's the girl's father, and like, anybody could have played this role. Same thing with Michael Douglas. He's like a guy who knows a guy who hired Gina Carano. Anybody could play this. Could have got someone from the street. Like, why Michael Douglas playing this role? Channing Tatum, he can go fuck himself. He's a shitty actor. Ewan McGregor, as the guy who hired Gina Carano. Again, nothing role. I mean, all these guys are nothing roles. There's nothing to them. Dialogue-wise, acting-wise. Like, I seriously... They would not have done this film unless it was because it was Steven Soderbergh. There's really nothing else to this film. It's slow-moving. It's boring. All you're doing is waiting for the next fight scene to happen. That's it. You're waiting for the next fight scene because it's really well done. Gina Carano can do a solid job at that. Like, if she was doing a film like The Transporter, Transporter 2... like Jason Statham gets, just to the point, fast-paced, action, entertainment, I think she could work. But not in this. Steven Soderbergh, he cannot do action films. He can film the action scene, but he can't do an action film. Just the way he paces his movies, I'm not a fan of. Once again, Contagion was another thing of that. And that's all I have to really see on Haywire. Has a good cast, except Channing Tatum. He sucks. But Antonio Banderas, Michael Douglas, Ewan McGregor, Michael Fassbender, each of those guys have probably 5, maybe 10 minutes of screen time. And it's really amounts to nothing. Like, anybody could have played these parts. That's the point. And the pace is just bad. Even though the film is like 90-some minutes, it's just a badly paced film. It just is. So it just does not work. I mean, there's nothing more I can even say about that movie. Fuck that. It became a boring chore to sit through. Then let's go to Man on the Ledge. Man on the Ledge, I was interested in by the trailer. I had Sam Worthington, which I can like Sam Worthington. Just depends on the movie. But this movie just did not deliver. I mean, I thought the trailer was interesting. Okay, you have a guy he's a cop who's been implemented in a crime that he didn't commit. He goes out on a ledge, and the whole time, you know, to me it looked like he was on the ledge. It didn't look like CGI stuff, at least nothing that I noticed, so either way they did a fine job with that. But this film just did not... There wasn't much to this film, to be honest. It wasn't much to run home about. It's one of those things that the reason he's up there is not just to prove his innocence. He has his brother and his brother's girlfriend breaking into this guy's place. Because the whole point is that they think Sam Worthington stole this diamond, and he never did. He never stole the diamond. And who's the actor? Ed Harris. Sam Worthington thinks that Ed Harris really did, and he wants to prove it by proving that Ed Harris still has the diamond, the stolen diamond. And that all this was done for insurance and stuff. And the movie... This is like something that you would see maybe on TV, made for cable. It's pretty forgettable film. There's nothing really that insanely different or interesting or memorable about this movie. I've already forgotten about it. I know William Sadler is in it as this guy helping them out, and you find out that, you know, it's actually Sam Worthington's dad. Elizabeth Banks, I don't think she did a good job because he wants a negotiator and he wants her, so she goes out there to negotiate with them. I just did not buy Elizabeth Banks as a hostage negotiator. I really didn't. His brother and his brother's girlfriend, when they're trying to get in, it's kind of like a heist movie, and as well as to try and get the diamond. They almost seem like they're acting in fucking goofy comedy at times. It's like, it's a pretty serious situation. Like, this guy's brother is on the ledge and trying to prove his innocence. You guys are acting like you're in a fucking goofy comedy. I don't know what the fuck the deal was with that. I just didn't engage me. I know it's not much of a review of Man on the Ledge, but it's not much of a movie either. So that was another movie that I'm like, oh, I'm interested, and I was just bored. I'll be right. I was bored with the heist. I didn't care about the heist. Okay, the guy's on the ledge. You know what? What movie did this better? The Negotiator with Samuel L. Jackson and Kevin Spacey. That was about a cop who's... People said he did a crime. He wants to prove that he didn't. I think that was the problem. I just kept thinking of The Negotiator. It did so much better. A cop who's going to go to jail, or Sam Worthington was in jail, but then he broke out. And Long story short, he wants to prove his innocence, so he goes through this spiel to prove his innocence. Then you find out he is innocent. But Negotiator just moved at a better pace. Pacing can kill a film. There are movies that are slow paced but still keep me involved. Star Trek: The Motion Picture, 2001: Space Odyssey. But this one did not keep me involved, and the pace was sluggish. The Negotiator just did this a bit better. That's the best way to put it. You see this film, you're like, I'd rather watch The Negotiator, so fuck it. And then, final one I'll talk about. I know it's not much of a review, so it's like, not much for reviews on these films, I know. The last one is Underworld, I was going to say Underwear. Underwear Evolution. No, it's Underworld Awakening. Why I saw this film, I don't know. But the trailer at first did nothing for me, but then I'm like, let me try it out. And I can't believe I'm saying this. For all the films I've seen this year, The Devil Inside, Cabin in the Woods, Ghost Rider 2, Haywire, Man on the Ledge, Underworld Awakening. Underworld Awakening is the best film I've seen this year so far. That's not saying much, but... Oh, what about The Gray? Well, I'm sure I'll see The Gray sometime, but I'm not a fan of the ending. But if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. Lockout, I've heard bad things about it. Three Stooges. But who knows? Who knows? I got some free time coming, so might check them out. But Underworld Awakening, I can't believe I'm saying this. I did not mind it. And it made me buy Underworld Evolution. Because I've seen the Underworld films before. The first one I saw in the theater. Was not impressed with it. And I didn't like the fact they stole a scene from Nemesis. But I just was not impressed with Underworld. I saw it in the theater. I got bored with it. I saw Underworld 2, Evolution. Well, yeah, it's okay. Underworld 3, the prequel, I don't like. Even now, I know I don't like that film. I'm not a big fan of prequels. I can count one hand how many prequels I enjoy. Missing Action 2, which it was only a prequel by default because they switched the movies out. And maybe Dumb and Dumber. Yeah, I can watch that film. Definitely not as good as the first one, but I can watch it. But not a fan of that. But I saw the second one, Underworld Evolution, again. Did not mind it. I gotta admit, I did not mind Underworld Evolution. I did not mind this film. Would I get this film? Yes, but I'm not paying the full price for it when it comes out. So, you know, I'll pay like $5 for it, but that won't be for a long time. So, you know, whatever. The first Underworld, you know, I need to see again. If I can find it somewhere around here, but probably not. But Underworld Awakening, I did not mind. I mean, basically, it's months after Underworld Evolution. Basically, humans find out that werewolves and vampires exist, and they're trying to take them both out. So, Kate Beckinsale, along with Scott Speedman's character, which Scott Speedman isn't in this film. I think that's one of the problems with the film. But they're trying to escape, but she gets captured. It's 12 or so years later. They pretty much wiped out most of the vampires and werewolves. They're testing on Kate Beckinsale's character, but then someone escapes. It's not who you think. Someone escapes, helps her out, and she escapes. And she finds out it's, 10, 12 years later. I think she thinks Scott Speedman's dead, but no, his character is frozen. I think she at first thinks Scott Speedman's character is dead, and later she finds him frozen. But by the end of the film, he's escaped and she's looking for him. Again, that whole thing, I think probably because Scott Speedman didn't want to come back, I think that kind of is a point away from the film. But what I did mind in the film is I did not mind Kate Beckinsale. As I watched Evolution again and watched this film, I didn't mind it. Didn't mind her, really. I do mind Mila Jovovich's in Resident Evil. I'm sorry, I do. I don't, not a big fan of her or her character. This, I did not mind. I did not mind when watching. And the thing of it is, long story short, you find out that the other subject that escaped is a young girl. And it's the daughter of Kate Beckinsale and the character of Michael, Scott Speedman's character. And like she can see through her eyes. And basically it's her, Kate Beckinsale, trying to save this girl. Trying to save her, get her. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the film. Her trying to save her, get to her. You find out that there's some humans led by Stephen Ray, but they're actually working with the werewolves. And Stephen Ray's character has actually been turned into a werewolf. And it's basically a very fast-paced film. It's about an hour and 15 minutes on. And it didn't really get boring. The only two things I complain about is that, you know, the Scott Speedman character is such a... You can tell this plot was probably, you know, the plot with the daughter. I'm sure if Scott Speedman came back, it would have just been seen through his eyes and her trying to find Scott Speedman's character until the end. Why do I have a feeling that was probably the plot, but then Scott Speedman didn't want to come back? But yeah, the only problems I have is that, and the CGI at times is kind of bullshit. I'm sorry. I mean, if people don't mind it, but some of the CGI is bullshit. But watching this and watching Underworld Evolution again, for some reason I'm surprised that there's actually some decent practical effects. It's R-rated. And then the film's short. I mean, without the end credits, it's like an hour and 15 minutes. It goes by at a brisk pace. He has some pretty decent action sequences. Kate Beckinsale her character is definitely a badass, fucking up humans left and right, breaking their arms and fucking them up. I'm like, ooh, shit, yeah, yeah. Wow, cool. Now I know what Michael Keane was talking about. I gotta see the first Underworld again, but the first Underworld, I think part of the problem was not only, you know, some of the CG I didn't like. Also, her character basically kills werewolves. But all these werewolves want is revenge for being slaves. So I think that's, you know what I mean? Like, she's a death dealer. She kills werewolves for a living. Well, these werewolves, they just don't want to die, right? They were slaves and they want revenge. So like, you're killing these folks who just want revenge on what you did to them. Does that really make her likable? Maybe Michael Keane probably knows. You can explain that better. Maybe I'm missing something. Because that kind of made me not like her as a character as well. But Underworld Evolution, it's like, okay, they're coming after her. She's going to fuck them up. And same with her. These humans are coming after her. You know, she's going to fuck them up. So I didn't mind this film, though. Weirdly enough, I did not mind this film. If someone wants to send it to me, I'll take it when it comes out on DVD. But I didn't mind the film. It was very fast-paced and action-packed. Same with Underworld. I think if you like Underworld Evolution, you don't like this film because they're very fast-paced, entertaining. This one's very short. Like, again, without the end credits, like an hour and 15 minutes. It goes by just like that. Like, wow, it's over. So, Underworld Awakening, I did not mind. Other than some shitty CGI at times and the whole Scott Speedman thing. Not that I'm like the biggest fan of Scott Speedman, but like his character is an important guy, and just, you know, adding this girl, which, you know, I wasn't the biggest fan of the little girl, to be honest, but no. I mean, the bad guy is not as badass as the guy in Evolution. It's basically just a super werewolf with some bad CGI. I mean, the one in Evolution, that bat guy thing, was pretty... That was pretty cool, actually, watching that idea. I'm like, wow, that's actually practical. I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, Underworld Awakening, I did not mind. I think if you like the series, you'll like the film, and even if you don't, like me, it's like, oh, it was fast-paced, and it wasn't long, and Kate Beckinsale kicked some ass. That's pretty much it. But yeah, those are pretty much the reviews. Haywire sucked. Man on Ledge is forgettable. I forgot the whole movie. And Underworld Awakening was actually pretty decent. I didn't say I liked it. So, thanks for watching on that. Take care, and we'll see you later. Ciao.